Hello YouTubers, this is Eddie Coleman and Randy Burns, Gilmer, Texas, Buckeye Country, and we appreciate you coming in with us today to look at another video that we're doing, and we're going to do 380s today, 380 personal protection hollow points, and these are 100 grain hollow points. Hope you enjoy it, and we'll fix and get started here in just a second. Okay, like I said, we appreciate you being with us today. We know you have a choice, and we appreciate you choosing us to come and view a video on reloading 380s. It's very important that when you do your 380s that you clean them, and you size them, and you also trim them. And they trim to .670 to .680. And as you can see here, these are .670. They're on the low side, which is good. And a lot of people would tell you that a 380 and a 9mm are really the same bullet, but that is a bad mistake, because they're not. The 380 shell is it's got a parallel case. In other words, it's parallel from one end to the other. But if you take a 9mm and check it out, it's tapered. So a 380 and a 9mm are definitely not shootable in either case, in either gun. So shoot a 380 and a 380 and shoot a 9mm and a 9mm. Now, excuse me, they both will shoot a same projectile, and the projectiles are 356. So sometimes they may be thinking about shooting the same projectile, and they will, 356 size. Today, when we are reloading these 380 100 grain hollow points, we're going to be using this Hornady AP press. And in the first station here, I have a full length die, and then the second station is a expander die, and all this does is expands the case mouth just a little bit. You can see as far as it'll go up in there, and all it does is expand the case mouth, or bails it out just a little bit, so that the bullet, when it starts into the case, it won't scrape or slice the jacket from the projectile. And we'll be loading auto comp powder, and then it'll be going through this bullet seeder, and we'll be seeding the bullet to point. Let me get my facts together here. .980, I believe. Yeah, .980 to 984, and it's a very tight little group. They don't have much variance. And let me talk about variance a little bit. Variance is good. Sometimes it's very difficult to make all your bullets the same length, and if they vary a little bit, don't worry about it. But make sure that you do the minimum. Don't go under the minimum. If it's if you go under the minimum just a little bit, that's fine. But you don't want to be under the minimum 50, 60 thousandths. But I wouldn't worry about it if you go under 4 or 5 thousandths. It's not going to affect you that much. So we got our system set up here. Everything is in line, and we're ready to start loading. And the way we do this is this AP press has 5 stations, and I've already started, and I've already done 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We're going to do 20 here, and I drop a bullet right here in station number 4, and it's gonna set the bullet depth. In station 5, it's gonna do the final crimp, or the factory crimp. Station 3 here, this is our powder. And then station 2 is our bullet, our case expander, and then station 1 is our full length die. So this thing will do it, all of them at one time, and as it does it, when it rolls, it'll spit one out and I have to put another one in its place, and then take a bullet for station 4 and drop it in, and it just repeats over and over and over. When you're reloading bullets, just take your time and enjoy the moment. It's important that we get everything right. To me, it's not fun if you're not enjoying yourself. So I like to take my time and I get my pleasure from doing it right, especially when I go out and shoot. I will be showing you some measurements here in just a minute after we get all these built. I might add that if you have any questions, thoughts on this as we go along, well, you can drop us in the comment section. We'll be glad to respond to your comments. We try not to go real fast where you can see what we're doing. The only thing that we're not showing you here is the cleaning of the shells, the shells. Cleaning of the cases, I might say. I could take a little time here and show you what these are Remington hollow points. I hope you can see. See that they're nice little wicked looking hollow points. Can you see that okay, Randy? And these work very good in these 380s. If I had a bullet feeder and a case feeder, I wouldn't have to stop and put a case in every time or a bullet. But since I don't have that, well, but I enjoy slowing down and doing it like this. Just like a few more here, and then we'll give you some dimensions, show you some dimensions on this. We don't like our videos to be real long. We like them to be very instructional and informative, but we don't want them to be boring. We'll show you the case gauge and how they fit. This is the last of the 50. These are supposed to be 980 and they're 987, so they're just a little bit long, but they're not too short. So that's what we're wanting to go for. Is we definitely don't want them to be too short. 985, that's a good one. 984 is perfect. 982, from 980 to 984 is really the variance that we're looking for. See, now that one is just 1,000. It's undersized, but that's okay. It's a variance. It's all right. Doesn't get shook up. 984, right on the money. 980, right on the money. 984. So these are all checking out really, really good. 983. 982. 984, 986, couple of thousandths on the high side. That don't hurt anything. 980 right on the low side. 982. 980. It looks like to me we've done a really, really good job. 982. The only thing that we need to do now is, these repeating really, really well. Only thing that we need to do now is check a few of them to make sure that the case gauge is right. So let's do that real quick. Nice and flush on top. Doesn't stick through. Falls right out. So that's what we're looking for. And if you have any questions, concerns, we'll like I say, drop us a note, and we'll be glad to respond to your note. If you got any tips, well, we like to give you tips, but if you got one for us, well, we'll be glad to listen to it. Okay, as a final tip, if you don't have a case gauge, one thing that you can do is take your vernier calipers and get you a finished bullet. And the book shows 374 on the OD. And if without a case gauge, you can take your vernier calipers and put it on there just like this. And if it's 374 or less, you know that it's going to work. And right here, I hope you can see that. Can you see that, Randy? Mm-hmm. 372. So that would not fail to go in the battery. So if it's bigger than 374, you would have a problem. If it's less than 374, it'll go in the battery. So without a case gauge, always check, just like we got it right here. And if it's 374, 373, 372, down to about 370, you'll be fine. And I hope you enjoyed this tip. This is Eddie Coleman, Randy Burns, Gilmer, Texas, saying so long, and thanks again for watching our 380 demonstration on how to reload the 380 personal protection.